y'all, and I'm here with the one and only Bringetto. Say hi.
Hi.
My daughter and I are going to continue with our Christmas table arrangement for you guys. We're going to elaborate a little more on the centerpiece, and then we're going to work together. And are you making faces?
No.
We're going to work together and finish the table up and show you how easy it is together, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's go. So in the first video that we had shown you guys, we had done a $10 challenge of our centerpiece arrangement. I want to come back with you guys and show you how to make it larger, bring in some fresh arrangements into the table centerpiece, and how to spiff it up a bit, get some beautiful flowers. I went ahead and already added the fairy lights in the inside of here like I said before. So what I had done is we had gone to H-E-B, and if you go to H-E-B, your local grocery store, most of the time in the floral section, they will already have Christmas arrangement flowers. Which is great about these is we have a variety of flowers already in there, and we have some pine cones, we have some fresh greens in here too with some branches. So even if I didn't want to extend the arrangement too much with more Christmas greens, this right here could be plenty enough just to add some fresh flowers to the arrangement. So the day of that morning or that right before the party, open these up and we're gonna add them to our arrangement, and then it's gonna make it feel so much more nice and elegant. What I love about this though, like I said before, is this can be set up all the time. We don't have to worry about it, it's artificial, but then we're gonna tie in some new stuff. So Bryn, you ready to help me? Mm-hmm. Okay, so this bouquet right here was about $15. And then I wanted to add some extra Christmas greens and branches just in case I bought it, just in case extra $5. You don't have to do it, but just in case I bought it. And what I want to do too is I'm going to be clipping off a couple of these branches and putting them aside for our napkins and for the placement on top of our plates. So I'll do that too at this time and put them aside for later. And then I had leftover cinnamon, the cinnamon brooms that I put in my Christmas tree from our previous video of talking about the Christmas tree and our garland. I had leftovers. I want to go ahead and, again, you want to relate everything in the house, the main pieces where everybody is entertaining and people are mingling at. You want them to kind of flow within the house. So this right here, kind of tuck it in, smelling the cinnamon on the Christmas tree, on the garland, and then on the centerpiece on the table. Everything just kind of flows together and kind of just, it all comes together as one whole decoration or one whole theme in the house. So I'm going to open these up. I'm going to divide everything equally on each side so I make sure that I have enough or even flowers and arrangements on each side of the table. So because I have different kinds of flowers and I have different kinds of fresh greens, I want to make sure that it's all balanced on both sides. So we'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm back. My little helper went to go visit with Sparkle, her little shelf, elf on the shelf. She'll be back to help me with the setup of the table. But for right now, we're going to go onto the centerpiece of the live flowers. So I already went ahead and got this side all done, and then we're going to go over and do the other side on how I accomplished this. So what I went ahead and did was, again, divided everything evenly on both sides. So I made sure that whatever I'm putting on over here matches and I have enough for each side. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just going to remove the hook, and I'm going to go ahead and straighten it out. Actually, no, I'm going to bend it. I'm trying to bend it in half. I kind of want it shorter. It doesn't need to be wrapped anymore because we're gonna start working with this with all the fresh flowers. So I don't need it attached to the cup. It's actually gonna, or the vase, it's gonna move around too much. I'm gonna go ahead and set it up a little bit off to the side, and then when I'm all said and done, I'm gonna scoot it into the centerpiece so that the ribbon can kind of cover all the stems of what's so it won't show. So what you want to do is, we have several different fresh greens. We have some that are kind of really open and wide, and then we have some that are closed really tight. Okay, so what we want to do is start off with the widest, flattest arrangement first, and anchor the bottom of the centerpiece, or the side wing, I guess, of the centerpiece. Again, this is, we want to go ahead and, we know like this is about how much out it is. So I'm going to kind of go over here and say, okay, I want this much out. I need to go ahead and probably cut a little bit off the stem so we can make sure that they're even on both sides. And I'm just going to go ahead and lay it right here for right now. I'm just going to kind of push it away so I can work with it. And then this right here, we want to go ahead and still use the artificial, because I like the pine cone, the flowers, and little berries in it. And I'm going to place that right on top because I'm going to start working within that and start sticking everything in. So this will be the base, and then we're going to start putting in and fitting in all the rest of the greenery. So I'm going to place this right on top. Okay, I have these. This is really nice because these pines right here actually match really close to the artificial. And so this is actually going to extend the artificial piece very nicely. What I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm just going to clip them individually so I can work with it a lot better, and I can place everything where I want it. So from here, I'm just going to go ahead and start just figuring out. I'm going to start seeing which way it naturally arches so I can just start sticking them in. They don't need to be placed like very like stuck together. Unless you really want to, then you can use floral wire, and you can kind of just start wrapping things and tucking them in. But I mean, everything's laid here just freely. Again, trying to make things as easy as possible right before the night, so that you don't feel like, oh, I gotta do this properly or anything. This is kind of just showing you how it's laid all together really nicely. It sits on the table and it's just ready to go. If you really wanted to do it correctly and get all technical with it, you have foam, floral foam, and you could have gone a little bit more higher of arrangement, because the floral foam would have lifted it up and you would have been sticking it within the floral foam, and then you would have been able to shape it a lot easier. I wanted just to kind of lay it down on the table, a little more casual feel, because again, that is what we're trying to go with on the centerpiece, with the burlap ribbon, with all the natural elements, and with the rest of the Christmas tree and the garden that we talked about last time. That's all a little bit more laid back, farmhouse, and this too, laying here kind of more free, more organic, is more of that laid back farmhouse feel. So we're gonna kind of just do this real nice and simple. Again, with the arch, we want to kind of just stick these in here. We're kind of just extending out these branches. I'm kind of just like, I'm looking back and forth on where they're at on this one, so I can just follow suit and kind of match it. So I'm kind of anchoring some of them on the bottom, and they're kind of flaring out to kind of bring in some width into this piece right here. And then what I want to do is start working out these here. I kind of put at the end. I may put some during the process, but because they're great fillers after I place all the flowers in their place, I kind of grab and I put these in I have some smaller pieces kind of cut individually, and I also work these in after the flowers are all in there so that I can kind of fill it out a little bit better. So on these here, again, we're just kind of placing it because we're just going to go ahead and we're going to tuck it inside once it's all said and done. So everything's going to be kind of all naturally done in there. I am going to grab my red flowers. These are red lilies. I'm going to go ahead and cut this. And again, soaking these in water, if you can get this overnight or the night before and just submerge them in the sink of water, these will last a lot longer. They'll start opening up and start showing fresh. Again, I bought them today and to do the arrangement, but I would have soaked these the whole entire night before. they would last a lot longer. If you want to do the arrangement in the morning, you won't have to worry about it. Because all the way up to the petals and the whole leaves were getting water all night long. So they'll be really hydrated for the evening. So I'm gonna go ahead and tuck this kind of right inside of the whole arrangement. You kind of have to find a way through, and sometimes you cut it shorter, so it's just easier just to tuck in right at that right height of the arrangement. And kind of add these, and again, I'm kind of like looking back and forth. I want to make sure they're pretty even on where I'm placing this arrangement, because I kind of want them to match. I'm going to go ahead and tuck this in so I can kind of see what's going on here. I put these last and I kind of filled them in after the fact. Let's go ahead and these little daisies are gonna, these little white daisies are gonna add a lot of color, a lot of just like kind of hints of white color in it. Just gonna clip them. Some of them maybe a little too, because again I didn't soak it in water the night before. And just even the small little unopened one, the ones that are not opened all the way, you can use those too to kind of tighten it up in the inside of these little areas. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start placing all these little ones and add some color all the way throughout the arrangement. And this really makes a huge difference. And you want to make sure, because you're standing over on one side of the floor arrangement, you kind of want to make sure you're covering both sides. Sometimes you'll forget you're working all up in front because you're in front of it and you forget about the other side of the arrangement. So make sure that you're taking heed to this side too whenever you're covering things up and you're placing all these pieces. I also have this pine cone. It came like in the whole entire stick. You can just pop it right off. This is all we need. We don't need this part of it. We're just going to kind of tuck it in. We already have one up in the inside of the arrangement, so I'm going to go ahead and tuck this one more on the outside of the arrangement to kind of balance it out a little bit, just like I have here. And then we'll tuck it in with the berries to kind of finish it off. So again, oh, this one's already broken. See that there, and then I'm going to go ahead, and these are so good filling in all the little holes. I can just literally just either pop them right off and just fill in these empty spots of either I don't want to see some of the branches at the bottom of the base, and so I'll break these apart and I'll kind of just fill in those little holes and some of the little missing spots in the inside of the arrangement, because it spreads out so nicely. You know, you can't go wrong with it. It just, you know, they're fresh flowers. You kind of just lay them out. Once you get one side, you're going to find you're going to do your other side so much faster because you already know what you were doing before and you kind of already worked it all out. So, and there it is, guys. Nice and simple. So here is our main centerpiece. We're going to go ahead and tuck back in these candlesticks, or the tea candle holder stands. I'm just going to go here and I'm just going to kind of slip these stems in here. And you know, you really don't have to if you don't want to. You really don't have to add them back in there if you don't want. Actually, I need to switch it. There goes one of my flowers. Switch this back in. Let's tuck this baby back in here. And then we're going to go ahead, and last thing we're going to do is the cinnamon sticks. And again, I just want to add this into the centerpiece so that I can follow suit with the Christmas tree and the garland, the swags that we had going on in the office, or actually your house. So I'm just going to go ahead and just kind of just break these. and I just stick them in. There's no right or wrong on this. This is just to bring in some natural elements, some twigs in there, and the beautiful smell of cinnamon. I love cinnamon. And if you don't like cinnamon, then don't add them. You're crazy if you don't like cinnamon. And again, your centerpiece, you also want to take into consideration that you have another place setting at the end. So you want to make sure that you have just enough for our placemats that you're going to see in just a bit and not go too far out. Unless there's not going to be people at the ends and your table is really long and you only have front and back, then you can keep going with your swags on each side. But if not, make sure that you have room for the placements of the placemats. And there we go. Now your centerpiece is just went up a whole nother notch. So I'll be right back. My little Santa helper is going to come right back and help us set up the table. Alright guys, we are back and I have my little helper here. Before we start going with the whole setup of the table, one of the great things you can do, a real quick and easy, simple thing you can do, are little giveaways that we can have for every single guest that comes to your house, or friends, family, classmates at school, right? These little containers were actually at the dollar store. Aren't they cute? Little plastic containers. We're just going to go ahead, Brent and I are going to fill these up with hot cocoa or hot chocolate, marshmallows, and wrap it in a candy cane and a tag. So what's cute about these is that if you have like arranged seats or you want to put names on them, you can put the names on the tags and have them in the center of the plate, which is what we're going to do for this table arrangement. So really quick, very simple. I love to go ahead and get the big container of the rich chocolate mix for hot chocolate, because it's easier to just kind of scoop in. I don't have to worry about like running out of chocolate packets, and I can just scoop it and then just put it away, and then whatever leftover I have, we can actually serve it during the party. So really quick, Mom is going to fill this up like halfway. They can actually probably make several cups of hot chocolate with this, with halfway up, but we kind of want to. We don't
do the marshmallows.
You're gonna do the marshmallows.
Yeah, because I love doing marshmallows.
Mhm.
Make sure you don't do it really full.
Yes, because we need room for your marshmallows. Right? You love marshmallows.
Mhm.
Is that good enough?
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay.
Great.
Okay. Use your tongs. And we don't want to squish the marshmallows, right, Bren? We want them nice and fluffy. So when you use the tongs, you don't want to squish them. Just nicely place them in there. While you're doing that one, I'm going to go ahead and go with the next one, right? All right. That's looking good, Bren. Ooh.
Oops.
Oh, go ahead and eat those. Oh, don't. It's fell on the table. We don't want to put it in there.
No, don't.
You can stick it in your mouth if you want to.
Okay.
Here's one.
Mmm.
Was that good?
Tastes good.
All right.
Tasty.
Tasty.
Mhm.
Next.
Like marshmallows on a cloud.
Marshmallows on a cloud. All right. I've never had marshmallows on a cloud before, but that sounds awesome. While she fills up that one, this last one with a lot of marshmallows. With marshmallows, I'm going to go ahead and I got this little canister of name tags over at Target. Really awesome. They have like several, I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I think 7 different styles on it. seven different styles, and they even had like different theme of like containers. I got this one because it had like it matched our centerpiece, so I got this one here. I thought it was so cute. I can continue to use it for Christmas gifts, little things like this, just the classroom, all the little giveaways that they do for the kids. All right, I'm gonna get some string. You gonna string this up for me, Bryn? Yeah.
But I don't know how to string.
You don't know how to string, just like a bracelet. You want to stick it right in the hole. Okay.
I hope it says their name.
Oh, we can write their name.
Oh yeah, we can write their name.
We can. You want to put it in the hole?
Just mixing this up.
You're mixing it up? Is that how you're supposed to do it? Okay, mix it up, guys. Mix it up.
Mix it up
What
into
do you-
curls.
Curls? You want to go ahead and put it in the, string it in the hole, right? We're going to go ahead and just wrap it around the cap. I'm going to grab a little candy cane. You want to stick the candy cane in there first before you tie it in a knot because, dear Lord, it's hard to get in there if you have already tied it too tight. You knew? You know, Bryn?
Yes, sir, I do.
Okay. I'm going to tie it in a knot. Because it's easier to tie in a bow if you don't double knot it.
I have to double knot it.
Oh, we're going to double knot it on the jar.
Oh, on the jar.
On the jar. And there you go, just like that. Alright guys, really quick, another quick little prep you want to do before we set up the whole entire table. We're going to do these quick little napkins. Before in the beginning, whenever we were starting up the arrangement, I had told you we were going to clip a little bit of these little branches off and set them aside. So that we can kind of implement it with our napkins. So when you think of napkins, don't be afraid of different patterns and different color variations. I went ahead and I chose this one because it had already the berries in it, which really reflected a lot of this natural element. And I wanted to bring in a little bit of modern pop into it, which is the gold, polka dots, and the red. Now, real quick, real simple, Britt and I are going to make these. And all I did was I kept this just the way it was. I didn't open it or nothing, but I am going to go ahead and open this one so that I can wrap it around. I'm going to slip the red one right in the inside, kind of like a sandwich. Right, Bryn?
Yes, sir, Ray.
And then I'm going to turn it around.
And
I'm going to fold it. And then we're going to roll it.
roll it. Very, very rolly.
Very, very rolly.
And I'll hold this.
Don't smash it.
I won't.
Okay.
I'll hold it.
You'll hold it? Thank you very much. I am going to tie it while my helper holds it for me in a nice little bow. And then
Voila!
we
We have
are
a
going
new
to
napkin.
we're going to get a little, one of our little branches. It's so cute about this. It has like little yellow tips to them, which
It
adds
has
color.
little tips,
Right.
and also we're going to put it on for our decoration.
Just like that, right, Bryn? Just like that.
Just like that.
And then we're going to have it right on top of our plates. Ready? Alright guys, we are back. We are going to start setting up the table. So I'm going to break it down to you on how I like to do things whenever we're layering all the table up and making sure things go really nicely together. And whenever at the end of the video, if you have any questions on like where I got stuff and where I purchased them, it's going to be listed down on the bottom so you can kind of reference if you want to get the same thing for yourself. So before we start off our place, each place setting, I like to get a placemat to anchor the placing of each person. So this one's really cute. I did, again, really casual, kind of chalkboard kind of feel. Again, going with the theme, blessed. What's great about this mat that I like is that I can use this any time of the year. It's not Christmassy with colors, and it doesn't like really state that it's a Christmas kind of mat. So I can use this all the time, and I actually got these at the dollar store, which is awesome. You can't beat that. If a kid colors on it, rips it up or whatever, it's not a big deal. You can just go get another one or just replace it with a whole new one. So we start off with our mats on the bottom, okay? And then I love using chargers. Now, you're probably asking, what is a charger? A charger just basically the base, the bottom part of the plate setting. It's just a decorative plate. You're not going to eat on this plate. It is just something to anchor all the plates, from the dinner plate, the salad plate, the napkins and forks, and all your utensils. So again, the charger, this one right here, I love it. It's real nice, clean and white, hints of gold in there, which is what we have with our plasticware. Again, plasticware, not silverware, which is great because you can just throw it away. You don't have to wash dishes. So we're gonna go ahead and put this one down right here, and I want to go ahead. I'm pretty picky on how I like things to be set. So, Brenda, you want to help me?
Yes.
We'll go ahead and let's move this one over, right? So we're going to, yes. You see, we have like these little decorative swirls coming back and forth with this plate. I want to go ahead and make sure that the placemat is not hitting over the table, but it's kind of back up just a little bit to show like maybe a 1/2 inch of the table, and then the plate centered on that part. Again, I'll do it over here, and then this is gonna anchor the whole entire plate setting, okay? And then we're gonna move on to our dinner plate, right? Brent, you wanna give me a gray plate? And you wanna go ahead and put this smack in the middle? All right, you wanna give me one? Again, it's okay to go ahead and change shapes of things. You know, we got some different shapes going on here, and this is just this actually reflects off the swirls going on in the placemat to the base charger plate, and then we're going ahead and centering off with a round one. I went ahead and went with a gray. Again, I didn't want, you can go gray, you can go red, you can go gold, you can go green, you can actually go in anything, because we have all those basic Christmas colors in our whole entire setting. So this is our base plate, and then we're gonna layer it with our salad plate. You wanna give me I'll take the Christmas tree. Thank you. And so on this one here, again, it follows suit with a lot of the colors of the centerpiece. Again, how Bryn is modeling it right now. You can kind of see. The very muted kind of colors, again, laid back, not so bright and themey. So we're gonna go ahead and place those right on top, Bryn. All right?
We're going to place them right on top.
Thank
and
you.
that's how we make our
Plate.
set of plates.
There you go. Now we need to have napkins, don't we? Yep. So right before we had already made these, we're just going to go ahead and just place them right on top. Bryn, you want to show them how to place it on top?
Like this.
There you go.
On the middle.
On the middle.
So we can, so what can we do?
We can clean our hands.
So we can clean our hands and make sure they're tidy and they're clean, so you won't get your hands dirty or your sweaters, because that happens a lot.
It does. It happens a lot with her.
It happens to me.
Okay, so now we're going to be going on with the fork, the spoon, and the knife. Now, whenever you're doing your setting, you're always eating, you're grabbing your utensils from the outside and working yourself in, okay? So what you want to do, your fork always goes on the left-hand side, on that side, Bryn. Right there. And Mommy's is going to go right here. Whenever you do your knives are, the blade is always facing the inside of the plate, not your neighbor, okay? Because your knife will usually be the last thing you hold, because that will be your main dish. You will always have if you're doing a double fork, it will be your salad fork, then your dinner fork, then you'll have your spoon for a soup, or for us, we know it was a dessert, right?
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
for dessert or cereal or different kinds of food you can use with the spoon.
Yes, you can. And then you'll have your knife in the inside of the plate with the blade facing the inside. So we'll have it right here, right, Bryn?
Yep.
And then we'll have it here. Yes? All right. Does that look good to you?
Yep.
All right. And then we're going to come back with the glasses right on top, and your little treats for every single guest that comes in. So let's get that real quick. All right, guys. So now we're going to go ahead and add the stemware, which is, again, I got this from the dollar store. Beautiful cuts. This actually reminds me of something that my grandmother would have. So again, I wanted something a little more vintage. casual, actually not casual, this is very elegant, but something a little more vintage to kind of go with the theme. So we have the wine glass here. I went ahead and on the top of the stemware, right above the cup, I'm going to put the little treat where the name tag is going to be for each guest. And then there you have it, right, Bryn?
Mm-hmm.
Voila!
Voila! And now your table is set for Christmas.
Yes, it is. And remember, if you guys want the free giveaway, we are actually giving away this whole entire table set. So if you want to win, you need to like this video right below, subscribe to us, and comment on what you thought about this. Share it on your Facebook or on your Instagram, and we'll put you in the drawing to see who wins. We will pick names, the name of the winner on Friday, so look out for that video. We're going to go live, and good luck. We hope you enjoyed. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Have a Happy New Year.